screen? Is it all clear? Okay. So like I said, this was a very important workshop because we're going to go in through the best strategy for social media marketing. And the reason why I'm saying this is the best approach and the most simplest is because I can promise you can guarantee you clients. And the reason I can guarantee it is because this is the message I use to get clients for marketing. And I'm just seeing who's here. Yes, thank you, Brenda, for joining. And it's a 3-level strategy. There's level 1, level 2, level 3. We're all very familiar of, the marketing funnel. Where you have the awareness, you have the desire, the 7 steps. Then at the end of the marketing funnel, there is, that's where you'd pay, that's where you'd lead the client through. But in this strategy, we'll reduce that just to 3 levels. Level 1 is the engagement-driven content. Level 2 is directed towards the service. So you direct the client towards the website or towards their product. And level 3 is all about email marketing. And we're going to go into depth into each level as we further on in the presentation. So I hope that was clear. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 engagement, level 2 you could also say direction or directing, and level 3 is the emails. So what such things count as a level 1, let's say level 1 post or level 1 ad? It's the type of posts which provoke people to respond or people to engage, such as in the corner, you see in the left-hand corner here, you see did you knows. Did you knows are always very factual and always drive a lot of comments and shares, especially with something which people genuinely didn't know. Another very huge tip to drive engagement of someone's like brand or product is tips. Giving very useful tips, providing very useful tips, engages more with the audiences, and then people got to learn. And when they learn more about you and they trust you more, especially if it's a very helpful tip. Another thing is infographics. Infographics not only show that you're a specialist in this field, but they also, once again, they educate the client of your business, or maybe the area which your business is in. So infographics, did you knows, and tips. And the last thing here is quotes. So quotes, of course, a very powerful message, maybe to motivate someone throughout their day, to tell them a very nice quote. And all these things here, of course, there's more, but all these here examples of level 1 posts which are dedicated to only driving engagement. And the good thing is we're currently now creating templates for each of one of these level 1 posts. So that means when you were to get a client, you won't necessarily have to create the design from scratch. All you have to do is just pick one of the templates, edit the colors, and you'll be okay. Put the brand, put the photos, then you can set to go and continue marketing. So this is the level 1 posts. And so now we can move on to level 2. So level 2 is all about call to action. This is where you actually this is where after the group of people have engaged with your content, they like it, they're sharing it, now they trust you more, you now have the ability to call them to the website or to call them to the client service. And normally what entices people is free things because they don't want to pay straight away. So what, oh, I'm not getting an audio. Oh, wait, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good. Okay, I thought, so yes, so the second thing, level 2 is a call to action. Now, bear in mind when you're telling the clients this, you tell them, okay, level 1 is where we're going to drive clients. You've got to engage with the clients by providing very enticing posts. Level 2 is now when we're going to get those clients, the ones who have engaged, and send them to your website, to send them to your products. So you tell them it's a journey. They like to hear these sort of questions. It's a journey. You start from here to here, because to them, marketing something is very complex. And right here, you've devised a way to make it very simple, just 3 levels, which people can understand very easily. So after you've done the level 2, you've done the call to action. What's going to happen here is now people are going to start going to the website, and on the website there should be a place, if it's a good website, where they can start putting their emails through. For example, if they click on the free demo requires them to put the email. If they want to book a consultation, it requires you to put your email through. Thank you, Jackie, for joining. And so now level 3, oh, sorry. Oh, what's happened here? Level 3, oh, quick edit that actually. Don't know why it's done that. And then, sorry, apologies. Quick. Some of this software, it just doesn't go always as planned. Okay, perfect. So level 3 is now when the client has received, or like our client, the person who needs marketing, has received their email from the potential client. And now they're part of their email marketing campaign, the email marketing list. Now, at this stage, there's always something stopping these clients from executing maybe more orders, or maybe going on to a paid service. Maybe they've done the demo, they like the demo, but then they're a bit unsure of going the next step with that business. Now, this is where level 3 comes in and plays its role, because now what you got to do for those people is you're going to send them reasons why people won't pay for the service, people won't pay for the product, and then answer. For example, it could be like, okay, maybe they're unsure about, like, they don't trust the quality of maybe like the service. Or maybe the price is way too high. I don't know. It's these sort of things. The price is way too high. So then you send them an email saying, oh, do you find that the price is too high, or are you skeptical about the pricing of our packages? They're going to click that because that's actually what they're scared of. They're skeptical of the prices. There's an email saying, are you skeptical? Yes, I am. They'll click it. And when they click it, there's going to be an answer telling them, when the Stanley is skeptical, but here's a discount this, discount that. First month is free. If you don't like it, a full refund. These sort of things to encourage them, to kind of give them, hope. And after they've seen that reason, like after they've seen the answer to their fear, they will then proceed on to engage more with the client's services, with their products, driving in more sales. And whilst doing that, of course, a good service will be done, and they will trust the business a lot more and continue paying for the business. And as your job as a marketer, you would have fulfilled your task for that one potential client. Now, for the people who are just joined in currently, we're just discussing the best strategy for social media marketing. So whenever you have a client or when you receive a client from us, the best way to ensure their trust in you is to take them through this 3-level process. Because maybe some clients are aware of a marketing funnel, but there's so many layers and it can get quite confusing. This 3-level strategy is so simple for them to understand. And because it's so simple, they will trust you more to handle their social media. So just to summarize, level 1 is engagement-driven content. So when I say this is a level 1 post, it means it's a post which its purpose is not to sell anything, not to direct anybody to anywhere, but it's a post that it's purely there for engagement. Examples such as asking them questions, how to do this, tips, quotes, infographics. All of these are examples of types of posts which get a lot of attention and engagement, especially when done well. Now, when the people have engaged and trusted you, maybe they've liked your page, they've shared it. Now, those people are the ones you target for your level 2 post. Level 2 post is all about directing your client directing the customer to the client's business or to the client's service. In other words, a call to action. This is where you tell them, oh, book the free consultation today, book the free demo, here's the link, go ahead. That's a sort of call to action we're talking about. That's level 2. Now, after they've done that, they've done the call to action, they've clicked through, they're now onto the company's website or page. And here, with a well-optimized website, the client or the customer, should be able to put their email through so they can join the client's customer mailing list. And here in level 3, all you have to do is try and persuade the customer to become a consistent client. To become a consistent customer for our client. And how? It's by answering their fears. So as a marketer, you'd have to think, what are the sort of questions or the sort of things which the customers are fearing and stopping them from making further purchases or from purchasing even one product. You need to make a list of at least six of these issues, and then answer them. Because guaranteed at least a handful of people would have one of those 6 reasons as their issues. And when they say it's answered, it will just grow their trust in you, grow their trust in the company, and the sales will start pouring through. And as a marketer, that is an amazing, amazing sight. So that's just a quick summary of what we've gone through. Now we're going to a bit more in depth. And now we're going a bit more in depth on how we would execute this. So let's say now we have the level 1 post, okay? So it's the engagement post. This is that, let's say you're running a campaign. You're doing a Facebook campaign for like a month. And you chose the criteria, engagement, minutes of video. Now what you do with this, you create what you see there, a custom audience. And we'll go more into this next week on the actual layout and the structure of the custom audiences on the actual Facebook campaign. But you create a custom audience. So let's say it's a video. It's a video which is out there just to drive engagement. You then say, okay, create a custom audience for every person who has watched more than 75% of this video. Because that would mean then those people are the ones who are most interested in the service or the product, so because they're the ones who need the most urgent help. So what Facebook would do, it would take those people and it would create an audience. Now these people are what would you call hot call. They went from cold call to now hot call because they've seen your video, they've liked it, they've shared it, they've watched it all the way through. And now they kind of know a bit more about you. So if they would see you again, they will remember your business. So that's a custom audiences. And now while the ad is going on, while the campaign is running, that audience is going to be growing, get bigger, bigger and bigger. Then when that audience is big enough, that's when you do the level 2 post. So you create a campaign using that custom audience. And why this is very good is because these custom audience, they will remember you. They're not strangers anymore. They trust you more than they did, let's say, a week or 2 weeks ago. So now this level 2 post was what? It was a call to action. So with this, you're now telling those people in the custom audience, come to our site, come to a client site. There's a free demo, free consultation, meet the team, you know, and like discuss your business, whatever the client's business is. But it has to be a call to action. It could be a blog, but whatever it is, it has to take them out of Facebook, out of the social media to the client's desired page. And that's the purpose of the level 2 post. And you're doing that against a custom audience, which is created from the level 1 post. If I'm going too quickly, do always say, I can always slow down, or if something to understand. Feel free to ask a question, because this is very important that you understand this process. Now, with the level 2 post, okay, the people who have come through, the people who have clicked it and gone onto the client's website, we would place a track on them, and we'll call that pixel. Okay, we'll place a Facebook pixel on them so we can track what they're doing on the client's website. This way we can get a clear picture of the process that these potential customers are going through. So with that, what's that's amazing because you can see, okay, these people are the ones who came, these people are the ones who came to our site, but they didn't actually book a consultation. Okay, these are the ones who came to the site, they browsed and they booked a consultation, or they arranged to meet the team, or they purchased the free product. These are the people who have done that. Now, for those people, you want them to be paying more and more and more, to be coming back. And for the ones who have landed onto the website, but have only put their emails through but haven't actually paid for a service, or haven't registered for a demo, or booked a consultation. See, those ones are fearful. They're skeptical of taking the next step. So that's why level 3 is very crucial. Because level 3, what's that going to do is, it's going to take these people who are skeptical, and it's going to turn them from being skeptical to people who are now trusting of your product and are willing to pay more, or willing to book that first session. And how? It was, you send them an email with the subject being a reason why they would be fearful of taking the next step. That's with the subject. Then the actual description of the email, it will be the answer. The answer, which is going to answer their question, their fear. So the reason, like, oh, are you scared of going to the next step because the price is too high? Now, in the message, it would be, fear not, because the first month is free, it's full refundable at any point. Here's a discount, anything that's going to try and, take away that fear of the price being too high. Now, after this is done, it's not yet completed. We're not yet at the finish line, because it's all well and good to get one person paying or two, but you want people paying consistently, and you want to drive down the cost of the campaigns as much as possible to reap off the profits. So now, how are we going to do that? The data that we got from the Facebook Pixel, remember, we tracked all the people leaving and entering the client's website. We tracked them. So now we know the exact number of people who have booked a consultation, who have paid for a product. We know the number. Now, with that data, we then go back to Facebook and we create a look-alike audience. What this is going to do is, it's going to take the data which we provided them, and it's going to find the best people, or people who look alike, that type of, how can I word this? It's going to create like a list of people who look like your ideal customers, because the ones who are paid for the service or book the consultation are your ideal customers, the ones you want to be getting on a consistent basis. So Facebook will create a list, or it will try and find people who look like your most ideal clients. Now, once again, this then takes you back to the first process in our 3-level strategy, and that's level 1. But this time you got to use the lookalike audience. The difference between the lookalike audience and the custom audience is the lookalike audience is a cold audience. So they don't know you. They just look like your most ideal clients. So because they look like it means that in principle, more conversions will lead to more conversions down the strategy, down the journey. So you do the exact same thing as before. You take the lookalike audience, you hit them with an engagement-driven post. You know, the quotes, did you knows, how-tos, infographics. Then the people who engaged with those posts, you create a custom audience. And that custom audience will remember you. They remember the post and how it made them feel. And because of that, when you then do the level 2 post, which is a call to action post, they will then engage with that as well, and therefore go to the client's website. Why? Because they know you and they like you and they trust you. Because they would not have been in that audience, in the custom audience, if they didn't reach a certain, threshold when it comes to engagements. And what I mean by that is, let's say it's a video and these people watched more than 75%, which means they enjoyed the video. And so these are the people you would want to come over to the client's website. That's a level 2 post. That's the purpose of the level 2. Now, when on the client's website, we have tracked them, there's a pixel on them, so you can see exactly where they're going on the website. Some are going to put their emails, some will pay directly, but some, well, actually most will just put the emails and not actually pay. So the purpose of level 3, is to convince the people who have put the emails but haven't paid to pay. And how? By answering their fears, whether it's a fear of security, trust, price too high, whatever it could be, you need to answer it. And when you've answered that, they will trust you more and will lead to a higher conversion. And then the client will then be happy. And you repeat that process again and again and again. And each time you do it, it becomes more refined because you have more data. The more data you give to Facebook, the more they can get a more accurate audience. And the more accurate the audience, the better the custom audience will be. And then the better the leads in the long run. So this was the strategy, the 3-level strategy with level 1, level 2, level 3. This is what, whenever a client is going to come to you and asks for how you're going to transform their social media, how you're going to, get sales, take them through this process. And I guarantee you, they will trust you more. They'll have more confidence in your skills because it looks like you know what you're talking about. And therefore, the higher the chance they will end up paying for your service. So you just remember level 1, engagement-driven content. Did you know, how-tos, quotes, and etc. Level 2 is a call to action. Level 3 is you're answering the fears of the skeptical customers via email. And that's it. And this process is a process to churn results. Now, the custom audiences and the Facebook pixel and the lookalike audience, next week we will go into the actual Facebook campaign and see what each of these sections are and how you would use them and when to use them. But in the meantime, thank you very much for listening. I really hope it was very clear and very simple to understand. Just remember level 1, level 2, level 3. Anybody, you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to be the smartest person alive to understand this or to be amazing at marketing, because all marketing is, or social media marketing is, how well you can convey a message to a target audience so that they can engage with it so then they can actually lead to more successful conversions in the end. That's social media marketing in a nutshell. You don't need to have a doctorate or master's. All you need to have a creative brain and have zeal and the zeal and the confidence to execute it. So that was the presentation. The best approach is social media marketing. So remember level 1, level 2, level 3. And actually currently right now what's happening is very exciting, because we are creating with the help of actually some talented students in Kenya. Actually, we're creating design templates where, let's say I tell you to create a level 1 post, and you may not have the skills just yet to create one which is up to the standards for the people in the Western communities. I can tell you, me being Kenyan but also living abroad, I know the standards which these Westerners have, and it's very, very high, and the quality is very, very high. And I want you guys to have the exact same opportunities and exact same, job chances, because you're talented, you all have your skills, but sometimes it's that awareness, we're not really educated well enough to know what sort of things attract these clients which are abroad. And that's why I'm telling you all of this today, all for free. And that's why we're also creating design templates. And these design templates are up, actually, no, they go beyond the standards of the Western communities. So what this is going to mean is, when you have to create a level 1 post, instead of thinking from scratch, you just have to go to the design templates which we designed for you, copy paste it, change the color so it suits the colors of the client, add their logo, change the photos, put a very nice attractive text, And yeah, you're good to go with the level one posting. You start already running the campaign and going through, excuse me, and going through the process. So that should be coming out hopefully this month, at least the first batch of templates. But yes, essentially that was the presentation. I hope you guys found it very interesting. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you're taking notes. Any of you with any questions, any inquiries about the process, or something which you want me to go over again? I'll stop sharing just so we can. Any questions? Was it all clear?
Yes, it was clear.
It's very clear. Thank you very much. Oh yes, sure. I will also send the presentation email, and this is also recorded. So if you need to go back and listen, you have access to it. It's all going to be on YouTube. So do subscribe to Age of In Time. That's where you're going to get all the workshops and all our lessons we've done so far. So if no one has any more questions, oh, you please tell us more. Sorry.
I kind of like missed the meeting last Sunday.
Mhm.
Went through the emails. I saw you had given us like a task to work on
Oh yes.
for the architecture content, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I had done something.
Mhm.
Don't know if I should share it with you via email or
Yeah. So send it via email. Do you? I'm pretty sure you have our emails. So send it via email, and someone will look at it and respond to you very, very quickly and provide you feedback. So for the next design, you would improve.
oh,
I've got a question here about asking about the Facebook pixel. I can and how. Wait, so the question here. Tell us more about the Facebook pixels and how to work on that next time. Okay. So Facebook pixel is it's essentially a tracker. So when you have the level 2 post, which is a call to action, which means that you're driving people out of Facebook or out of the social media to the client's website, we want to know what they're doing on that person on the client's website. And that's the purpose of the Facebook pixel. So when we insert one onto the ad, onto the campaign, we will see is it the same as the URL builder tracker? Is it the same? There's some similarities, yes. There are some similarities with the URL builder tracker. It's just I'm just more used to using the Facebook pixels because when it comes to tracking the actual events, it's much I feel like it's much more useful. But next week we're going to go through this more in depth and actually instead of having a presentation, we'll be on the Facebook platform and we'll be discussing custom audiences, Facebook pixels, and look-alike audiences. So Brenda also, of course, hold the questions for there as well, because we're going in much more deeper in much more, how can I say it, in a much more in detail in that session to compare with this one. This one is just for me to tell you about this strategy, level 1, level 2, level 3, and how to apply it, and how when used in the right way, you can generate some crazy sales. And if anybody would come to ask you about marketing, about how would you market my service to X people? How would you, transform my Facebook page from 200 followers to thousands? How would you do that? How are you going to get more sales coming to my website? All you have to think of is level 1, level 2, level 3. When you tell them that journey, I guarantee you they'll be very impressed, convinced. Therefore, they will allow you, they'll give you the access to their social media to run it. There are some people coming already right now. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so this session was just all about a quick overview of the strategy. And I hope it all made sense, all very clear. So starting from next week, I'm going to start using this lingo a bit more. So instead of me telling you, you have this team, you have this client in architecture firm, and they want XOR posts. I'm going to tell you, okay, this week the theme is going to be agriculture, and I want a level 1 post. What's that going to mean from this meeting? It means that it's going to be a post, either a how-to, a quote, infographic, what else is there? Yeah, a questionnaire. Any type of post which is going to drive engagement is what I'll be expecting to receive from you. If I say level 2, that means it's going to be a call to action. So you need to create a design with a call to action theme to it. But that's more information about that on Monday. But essentially, thank you so much, all of you, for coming today. It's a pleasure to see you all here. I hope you all learned something new, and looking forward to seeing you guys actually applying this, with actual live clients and future dates. So all this is recorded, and it will be live on our YouTube channel, hopefully sometime next week. And I'll send to you the presentation by, all being well, it'll be sent by the end of today. So thank you all for coming. Hope you have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you for hosting us.
And I'll end this here. Thank you.